On this Smoky Sunday, we light up some Cowboy Lump and see how it goes. Stay tuned. Hi folks, today we're going to light up some Cowboy Lump Charcoal. I did some the other night for the first time and kind of had some weird results. So I thought, well, let's do a video and do it again and see if I have the same things happen. So let's get it started. Alright, let's get this. So this is the first thing I noticed. There's very big chunks in here. Unlike the Royal Oak I have seems to be more, they almost look like shingle, we'll say. That, they're kind of flat pieces. It's not the case here. We got actual, looks like logs, which that's okay, I suppose. But when I tried to use the stuff the other night, it was kind of difficult to get started. So I used a tumbleweed, and then I used 2 of the Weber cubes, which we're just going to go straight with 2 cubes today, which I normally don't do. And if you are wondering, I am going to cook some tri-tip for dinner, so I am going to actually use this. So let's get it started. Okay. Our 2 bricks. We got a lot of charcoal to it. Just put it on top. So when I did this Friday night, I had flames when I put the 2 starter cubes in. I had flames shooting out of the top of the starter, the chimney starter here, and so I was like, well, it must be started up. And so I dumped it all out in the kettle, and it was barely the edges on some of the pieces of wood or charcoal were lit. So we'll see what happens here. I'm already seeing a couple sparks that just shot out of the bottom, which I'm not sure if you caught. The lid might have been in the way. So, alright, it's been going for about a minute or so here. It's got a lot of smoke coming out so far, which, is pretty normal. And there's some sparks shooting out the bottom so far. I'll be back if there's anything that's really changed. I do want to say that I do not work for Cowboy or any sort of charcoal company, so this is just a video to kind of get an opinion on the charcoal and present to you guys so you can kind of see how it works. So I guess it's a review, I guess, pretty much. So nobody's paying me to do this. I'm just doing it under my own accord. I did get a coupon for $3 off this bag, which is kind of why I went and bought it. So it seems like a lot of people online, they either love it or hate it. So we'll just have to wait and see. Alright. So it's just been another couple minutes. It's just, well, actually not even a couple minutes, probably a minute. But starting to see some flames come up right towards the top a little bit right there. And you can't see with this camera angle, but right over here on the side you can see some of the charcoal actually burning. So I will say that 1 tumbleweed isn't going to cut it on the this Cowboy Lump. So I would recommend getting yourself some lighter cubes. If you got multiple tumbleweeds, that might work too. So maybe try 2 of them instead of 1. Even though I didn't do that in this video with tumbleweeds, I kind of skipped that. But that was my experience. Was that 1 tumbleweed just wasn't going to cut it. See, Oh, now here's all the sparks that I saw the other night. A lot of sparks. A lot of smoke, too. Alright, sorry about that. I kind of walked away for a minute. Now look at this. We are full on flames coming out of the top. Lots of sparks. I was actually kind of worried that and I didn't move it for some reason, even though I was worried about this before. The sparks actually singeing the cover on my pit barrel, which is right there. But I think it'll be okay. Yeah, just look at that. It's like a jet coming out of there right now. But as far as I can tell, well, actually, coals are hot up to the top there. Almost not to to the top, probably under that top layer. I can see red hot coals. So that's a good sign. I think you just need a lot of heat to get the Cowboy going. I think that's just the story on this. So, normally my briquettes or whatever, I'll use 1 cube or 1 tumbleweed. The Royal Oak, I think, was about the same. But, oh man, look at that. Things are on fire now. So, I think if you use 2 cubes or maybe even 2 tumbleweeds, I think you're good to go. I mean, this has probably been on here for less than 10 minutes. And, I mean, it's like a jet coming on the top there. So, we'll dump it out in a minute. We'll let the top kind of get burned a little bit. And we'll see what happens. I grab my heat-resistant gloves now, because I think this might be a little dangerous to handle here. Also, another thing, because these big chunks, it seemed like there was not a lot of charcoal in the kettle when I dumped them, but it still worked, still was able to cook. So we're going to dump these now. Yeah, there you go. Oop. Dang, I just got hit with some sparks. One of the metal rings on the chimney was starting to glow red. Luckily, I wore my Pit Boss leather apron, so it just all hit me. I'm not sure if there's anything actually hot that got me, but we got a hot coal here that shot out the back. I think this stuff's probably alright to cook with now. I mean, this is probably the best result I could have gotten. Let's try to get everything over to this side. I've still got a big chunk here that didn't quite get lit up, but that's alright. That was probably on top too. So, this is a lot better outcome than the other night. And I know you didn't see that, but trust me, do 2 cubes. Or try 2 tumbleweeds. 1 is not going to cut it with this stuff. Very inconsistent pieces on this in this stuff too. Some real big, some real small. May not matter all that much, but look at all the stuff that got dumped down to the bottom. That's below the grate now. That I'm not going to cook with because it's in the bottom. See, so that's all I got for you this week. I'm going to get my tri-tip ready to cook it. I'm not doing a video on that because you guys have seen me cook a tri-tip before. But we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.